Picture a man so wealthy he could buy entire cities, yet so cunning his enemies trembled, whispering devil in fear. In the smoky, untamed 1800s, one name ignited both terror and reverence: John D. Rockefeller. From a humble small-town bookkeeper scratching numbers in a ledger to the world's first billionaire, he didn't just stumble upon oil. He struck terror into the hearts of competitors and reshaped the very fabric of finance. Welcome to Money Moves Money Men, where we unearth the electrifying untold saga of John D. Rockefeller, the oil king who forged a staggering $400 billion empire. This isn't merely a story of riches. It's a heart-pounding roller coaster of raw ambition, cutthroat betrayal, and jaw-dropping redemption. Buckle up, because we're plunging headfirst into the wild, chaotic depths of the Gilded Age, unearthing secrets so shocking they'll leave you speechless. Subscribe now, smash that bell, and join us as we unravel how one relentless man transformed the world of money forever. Let's paint the scene vividly. It's the 1850s in Cleveland, Ohio, a gritty frontier town pulsing with raw energy. Horse-drawn carts clatter and groan over muddy, rutted streets, kicking up clouds of dust that cling to everything. Dim kerosene lamps flicker in cramped homes, casting eerie shadows on wooden walls. Oil is the glittering new gold, a treasure buried beneath the earth. But it's a lawless, chaotic game. Wildcatters, rough men with dirt-caked hands, drill wells in a fevered frenzy, praying for a gusher to change their fortunes. Into this turbulent world steps young John, a lanky 16-year-old with sharp, angular features, piercing blue eyes that seem to see through you, and a tattered ledger tucked under his arm. Raised by a notorious con-man father, Big Bill, who peddled snake oil and taught him the art of the hustle, John's no wide-eyed dreamer. He's got a razor-sharp knack for numbers and a burning, insatiable hunger for something far greater than his small-town life. Secret. He's not a reckless gambler like the wildcatters. He's a meticulous planner, every move calculated like a chess master plotting 10 steps ahead. While others chase fleeting bucks in the oil fields, John's quietly sketching the blueprint for an empire that will shake the world. The drama begins to simmer. At 16, John lands his first job as a bookkeeper for a Cleveland merchant, earning a meager $3.50 a week. Picture him hunched over a creaky desk in a dimly lit office, gas lamps hissing, his long fingers scribbling furiously in a notebook he calls Ledger A. Every penny, every single cent, is meticulously logged, from his lunch to his church donations. His frugality is legendary. While peers squander their wages on whiskey and card games, John saves, his blue eyes glinting with a fierce determination. Suspense creeps in. What's driving this kid? One anecdote paints the picture. A co-worker teases him for skipping a night at the saloon, saying, "Live a little, John." John smirks, his voice cool and sharp. "I'm living for tomorrow. Numbers don't lie, but people do." By 20, he's partnered with Maurice Clark, a shrewd merchant, and they're selling grain in Cleveland's bustling markets. The city's alive with opportunity. Oil refineries sprout like mushrooms, their smokestacks belching black clouds. John's eyes lock onto oil, not as a wildcatter's gamble, but as a system to master. Here's the hook. He doesn't drill wells. He refines kerosene, the lifeblood of every lamp in America. Why bet on one gusher when you can control the entire process? The stakes rise in 1863. At 23, John takes a daring leap, borrowing heavily to buy his first refinery, a ramshackle setup reeking of crude oil. Suspense grips us. Is this young upstart in over his head, or is he onto something revolutionary? He's relentless, working 16-hour days, his lanky frame pacing the refinery floor, studying every pipe, every cost. Rivals mock him. One burly refiner laughs. "That kid's too serious for this game." John's smirk widens, his mind racing with plans. By 1870, at 31, he co-founds Standard Oil with Clark and Henry Flagler, a move that sounds modest, but is anything but. This isn't a mom-and-pop shop. It's a ravenous beast poised to devour the industry. John sees chaos in the oil game. Prices lurch wildly, refineries collapse under debt, railroads charge crippling rates. His solution: seize control of every link in the chain. Drama explodes with his secret weapon: railroad rebates. Picture John, now with a sharper suit and a steely gaze, sweet-talking railroad barons in smoky backrooms, his voice smooth as silk. He secures secret discounts, slashing his shipping costs to pennies on the dollar. Competitors, they're obliterated, unable to match his prices. Here's where it gets juicy and cutthroat. By 1872, John unleashes the Cleveland Conquest, a ruthless blitz that shocks the industry. In mere weeks, he buys out or shuts down 22 of Cleveland's 26 refineries. Visualize the scene: desperate owners, their faces pale, sign over their businesses in Standard's cold offices. One refiner, a grizzled man named John Alexander, sobs openly, his voice breaking as he curses John as a devil in a vest. John's expression? A faint, chilling smirk, his blue eyes unyielding. Suspense builds. How far will this man go? Is he a visionary genius or a heartless bully? Success glimmers. By 1872, Standard Oil's profits soar, and John's personal wealth hits millions, equivalent to tens of billions today. He's not flashy, living in a modest Cleveland home with his wife, Laura, but his mind's on fire, dreaming of global domination. Drama looms. Rivals whisper of unfair tactics, and railroad workers leak tales of his deals. Inspiration strikes. John Nayer's relentless discipline, his refusal to waste a single cent, shows anyone can rise from nothing with a plan. Want to see how he conquers the world? Don't miss part 2, The Oil King Rises. Subscribe now, hit that bell, and comment. What's your dream hustle? He began with a ledger and a dream, but now he's a colossus. A man who doesn't just play the game, he rewrites its rules with an iron grip. John D. Rockefeller, the Oil King, is no longer a hustler. He's a titan whose name echoes through boardrooms and back alleys. Welcome back to Money Moves, Money Men. Part 2, The Prime Tycoon, where we plunge into the fiery heart of Rockefeller's $400 billion empire. This is a saga of unchecked power, bitter betrayal, and nail-biting suspense that'll keep you riveted to your screen. Missed Part 1? Dive into our playlist to catch up. Subscribe, smash that bell, and let's unearth the dark, thrilling secrets that reshaped finance forever. It's 1872, and Cleveland's oil industry is a battlefield. Standard Oil, under John's command, is swallowing rivals like a corporate predator, its appetite insatiable. John, now 31, stands tall and lean, his thinning light brown hair combed tightly, his piercing blue eyes now steely with unyielding authority. His black frock coat, adorned with a glinting gold watch chain, screams power as he strides through Standard's headquarters. Drama crackles like a storm. Competitors like George Rice, a stubborn refiner with a weathered face, dare to fight back, hauling oil barrels by creaking wagons to bypass John's railroad cronies. Picture Rice, sweat-soaked, cursing under his breath as he defies Standard's stranglehold. Spoiler alert, John buries him. With a cold, calculated precision, John slashes kerosene prices until Rice's business bleeds cash, his refinery shuttered, his dreams crushed. Secret. John's got an army of spies. Standard's agents, disguised as clerks, snoop on rival shipments, reporting every move to their master. By 1880, Standard Oil controls a staggering 90% of U.S. oil refining, a monopoly so vast it defies comprehension. John's wealth, millions upon millions, equivalent to hundreds of billions in today's dollars, piling up faster than anyone can count. Success takes center stage in 1882 when John unveils a revolutionary invention: the trust. This isn't just a business move. It's a seismic shift in corporate finance. Standard Oil's sprawling companies, refineries, pipelines, even barrel makers, merge under a single board, with John as the unchallenged emperor. Visualize it, a corporate octopus, its tentacles wrapping around every facet of the oil industry, squeezing out competition with relentless force. By 1900, John's wealth catapults to $1 billion, 400 billion adjusted for today, a fortune so immense it could dwarf nations. His lifestyle reflects this godlike wealth, a palatial Manhattan mansion with marble halls, private rail cars gleaming with polished brass, sprawling estates in Ohio and New York where he hosts lavish but controlled dinners. But drama lurks like a shadow. John's not adored, he's despised, a figure of fear and loathing. Newspapers scream his name in outrage, branding him the most hated man in America. Political cartoonists sharpen their pens, drawing him as a monstrous snake, its coils choking the nation's economy. Suspense mounts. Can John keep climbing this treacherous peak, or will the weight of public fury drag him down? The storm breaks with Ida Tarbell, a fierce journalist with a personal vendetta. Her father, a refiner, was one of John's early victims, his livelihood shattered by Standard's tactics. In 1902, Tarbell unleashes a devastating weapon, a 19-part expose in McClure's magazine, each article a meticulously researched dagger aimed at Standard's heart. Picture her, hunched over a typewriter in a cluttered office, her eyes blazing as she exposes Standard's darkest secrets, bribes to politicians, price-fixing schemes, railroad scams that crushed honest men. The public's reaction is volcanic, their outrage shaking the nation. Suspense reaches a fever pitch. Will John's empire, built on decades of ruthless strategy, crumble under this assault? By 1906, the US government takes aim, filing a lawsuit under the Sherman Antitrust Act. John, now in his 50s, paces his opulent office, his thinning hair graying, his fountain pen tapping nervously against a leather-bound notebook. His steely gaze, once unshakable, betrays a flicker of tension, but his voice remains cold. I'll outlast them all. Inspiration emerges. His resilience, facing down a nation's wrath, shows the power of standing firm against impossible odds. The climax arrives in 1911. The Supreme Court delivers its verdict. Standard Oil is a monopoly, a threat to free markets, and must be shattered into 34 separate companies. The gavel falls like a thunderclap. John's defeated, right? Wrong. In a jaw-dropping twist, those splintered companies like Exxon, Chevron, and Mobil become wildly profitable, their shares skyrocketing in value. John, the so-called loser, emerges richer than ever, his wealth swelling beyond imagination. Talk about turning defeat into triumph. But the whispers of monopoly linger, and the public scorn burns. Is John truly unstoppable, or will his legacy take a different path? From a hated tycoon, vilified as a corporate demon, to a global hero whose generosity touched millions, John D. Rockefeller's final chapter is his most profound. Welcome to Money Moves, Money Men, Part 3, The Philanthropist's Legacy, the breathtaking conclusion to the saga of the $400 billion oil king. This is a story of redemption, boundless inspiration, and secrets that reshaped humanity itself. Missed parts 1 and 2, dive into our playlist to catch the full epic. Subscribe, smash that bell, and let's journey into the heart of Rockefeller's enduring impact on the world. It's 1900, and New York City hums with the dawn of a new century. John, now 61, is a shadow of his former self. Frail, his once lean frame hunched, his bald head often covered by a stylish fedora. His warm blue eyes, softened by age, gleam with a quiet wisdom, and his gray three-piece suit, paired with a silver cane, exudes timeless elegance. The antitrust battle looms, threatening to dismantle his empire. But John's gaze has turned inward, his focus shifting from conquest to something far greater. Drama softens, giving way to inspiration. As early as 1890, he began giving back, pouring his wealth into causes that would outlive him. One of his first acts? Saving the University of Chicago from bankruptcy with millions in donations, transforming it into a beacon of learning. Picture lecture halls buzzing with students, their futures shaped by John's quiet generosity. Secret. He's not just throwing money around, he's strategic, even in giving, choosing projects with maximum impact. The redemption arc soars in 1913 when John establishes the Rockefeller Foundation, seeding it with an astonishing $250 million, equivalent to $5 billion today. Visualize the foundation's work. Gleaming hospitals rising in rural towns, medical schools training doctors, scientists in white coats battling diseases like hookworm, a parasite plaguing millions. His money becomes a lifeline, saving countless lives across continents. One powerful story. In 1918, as the Spanish flu ravages the world, the Rockefeller Foundation funds groundbreaking research, laying the cornerstone for modern virology. Picture weary doctors in makeshift clinics, their work fueled by John's vision, saving families from despair. Secret? John's hands off. He trusts experts, letting scientists and educators steer his fortune to greatness. Suspense lingers. Can this man, once called a devil, truly erase the stains of his ruthless past? Inspiration takes hold in John's personal transformation. By his 70s, he's softened, his once cold demeanor warmed by age and reflection. He adopts a quirky habit that captures headlines, handing out shiny dimes to children, his frail hands trembling but his smile radiant. One child, decades later a banker, recalls the moment vividly. He pressed a dime into my palm, his voice gravelly but kind, saying, "Save it, son, it's your future." I never spent it. Picture John, now in a tweed jacket surrounded by giggling kids, his warm blue eyes twinkling as he dispenses not just coins, but hope. Yet drama persists. His past sins, crushed rivals, broken dreams, cast a long shadow. Can these acts of kindness truly redeem the most hated man in America? Success is undeniable. By his death in 1937 at 97, John has given away $540 million. $10 billion in today's dollars, a fortune that dwarfs most modern philanthropists. His foundation's impact endures, funding climate research in 2025, tackling challenges from rising seas to renewable energy. Inspiration crescendos. John S. legacy isn't just about piling up wealth. It's about building a better world. The takeaway? Hustle with the fire of young John, fight with the tenacity of prime John, and give with the heart of old John. His Standard Oil Trust rewrote corporate finance, paving the way for giants like Amazon and Apple. His ruthless tactics birthed antitrust laws, safeguarding competition for generations. His philanthropy? It's a beacon, proving wealth can serve humanity. Ready to dive deeper into the legends of wealth? Join the Money Men playlist for more epic, heart-pounding stories. Subscribe, smash that bell, and comment, would you hustle like Rockefeller or give like him? Follow us on X for daily finance hacks. Next up, J.P. Morgan, the banker who saved America, a tale of power and patriotism. Check out our Money Hacks playlist for practical tips to build your own empire. Who's ready to make moves? Let's roll.